Hello Internet, welcome to another episode of the Recap Corner, and again, what is going on in One Piece 846? Well, 846 is planning on making this really quick, is that this is by far the one episode in which that it shows that Luffy, even though him and Nami that they did get captured, and Nami, she does do a lot to help Luffy actually beat up the backup unit of Big Mom pirate family members, because again, since Big Mom literally has one of the biggest fucking units like in the goddamn Yonko lineup, or at the very least we don't know Kaido's unit, I would assume that Kaido has the unbeatables, whereas Shanks' crew is more or less like Luffy's crew, which that is just his friends, and they're super powerful. Now, Big Mom's, of course, she has a big-ass family. She just marries them off, like, left and right. Again, she's sort of like a bootleg version of how Whitebeard did his crew, whereas that if he liked them and he cared for them, well, then he just saw them as his sons, and he was the grandfather, and they were all his sons. She has a big-ass unit. Now, does that mean that they can stand up to Luffy? Which is weird, because Luffy, even like in his weakest state, is still beating the shit out of most of her kids. You know, they kind of only he kind of only loses when they kind of catch him with a combination attack. So you can still sort of understand that Luffy, even though like he's beaten down, that maybe Cracker and the other execs were sort of like her main unit. Everybody else really isn't all that great, because again, it kind of makes you wonder if the full crew was there, like, could Big Mom really even stand up? I mean, like, most of her crew, could they even really stand up to Luffy and Zoro and Usopp and say Usopp, Robin, and Frankie? It's very difficult to say, but from how it's looking, they really can't. Moving on to the two other pieces of things that happened in this chapter. Number one, we finally get a scene of Sanji actually kind of him. And because at this point he's still sort of just going to accept things as they are. Okay, I'm going to side with Big Mom. And of course she says, everything's fine. I'll let your friends go. You just have to basically agree to basically marry Pudding. That's basically about it, you know. Which, again, it kind of makes you wonder about Big Mom's family, especially from the last chapter, like with the little kid and shit, you know. And then we move on to two people who kind of have been missing in this chapter for a while. We actually get to see Pedro and Brook again. And Pedro and Brook, they actually say, you know what, we have to do something on the outside. I mean, sure, we were supposed to report back, but at this point, we all know our job. So now, these two are planning to be a internal distraction. Basically, they are going to, say that they're going to give the guards a little workout. And it seems as though that Brook, like, it's been a while since we actually got to see Brook actually fight somebody. Well, after the time skip, like him just have a opponent versus somebody. So I'm guessing that this may lead into something that could be Brook versus somebody from the Big Mom side. Maybe the main jailer lady who's Big Mom's I believe her 8th daughter or some shit like that. And then you have that dude with the coffee on top of his head who kind of has a thing against Pedro, because he knows a lot about Pedro, and also he drops a little bit of information that we already know about the poneglyphs. He kind of does like a little recapping course there, so it's really nice to actually kind of get that. But that is what I gotta say about this chapter, though. It was fun and it was really nice, but I'll see you on the next Jongravesshow. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and tell me what you think about this down in the comment section. I'm out. Hey Internet, how's it going? Welcome to Recap Corner. You know, I'm really loving Keicho, and there's a specific episode, or at least this specific episode in particular, because this is taking the training route to a whole new level. Not necessarily because of that it's grueling or it's hurting anybody, or that it's kind of trying to beat their brains down or some shit like that. This actually feels like that they actually sort of thought a few of these things down, you know. They wrote a few of these down, they tested them out themselves, and actually kind of said, well, yeah, do these training methods work? You know, such as you walking down a river and using your body to kind of smash